The Loire-Atlantique Assize Court condemned, Wednesday, July 7, Hubert Caouissin to 30 years of criminal imprisonment for the quadruple murder of the Troadec family, which occurred in February 2017 in Orvault, near Nantes. The accused was found guilty of the 4 murders and of undermining the integrity of dead bodies. His accomplice, Lydie Troadec, was sentenced to 3 years in prison, 2 of which were closed, for altering a crime scene and concealing a corpse. The Assize Court accepted the impairment of the accused's discernment, thus allowing him to benefit from a reduced sentence. This 50-year-old with a bald head was on trial for the crowded murder of Brigitte and Pascal Troadec, 49 years old, and their children Sébastien, 21 years old, and Charlotte, 18 years old, at their home in Orvault, near Nantes, in the night of February 16 to 17, 2017. He suspected this family of having stolen a family treasure of coins and gold bars. On his farm in Finistère, he then meticulously butchered the bodies with a kitchen knife for 3 days, throwing some pieces into brambles, others into his boiler. "I very much regret what happened at Orvault and what I did afterwards," Mr. Caouissin said Wednesday before the court withdrew to deliberate. "I apologize to everyone who has been affected. I ask pardon of Sébastien, Charlotte, Brigitte and Pascal," he added. Article reserved for our subscribers. Read also at the trial of the Troadec case, 8 hours of questioning, from improbability to horror. Tuesday, the public prosecutor had requested life imprisonment, with 22 years of security, against this former worker in the arsenal of Brest. The maximum penalty, 3 years imprisonment, had been requested against Lydie Troadec. Before the deliberation, his lawyers had implored the jurors on Wednesday to have the courage, not to sentence this man to life imprisonment. Excruciating paranoia, tried for having killed the Troadec family with hind kicks before dismembering their bodies. Hubert Caouissin is in a cage, he is in a mental cage, in a cage of obsession and delirium. He did not choose to kill his victims. He was not free, he was caught in this excruciating paranoia. "You must take this into account," launched his lawyer, Me Thierry Fillien, before the Assize Court. In his pleadings, Me Fillien insisted at length on the mental pathology from which his client, a chronic delirium of the paranoid type, unanimously recognized by psychiatrists and psychologists experts. Article reserved for our subscribers. Read also in the Troadec affair, Hubert Caouissin tells about his paranoid drift the day before. The public prosecutor had asked the jurors not to ignore of this pathology when giving their verdict. An ordinary man can override his humanity and cut up his family by marriage to cover up his crimes. There is something chilling, sordid, extraordinary about this affair, summarized Tuesday in his indictment the General Counsel, Charlotte Gazera. A strategy for the disappearance of bodies, who has deprived the relatives of the victims of ancestral mourning rites, specified Me Gazera. This strategy, quite new, aims, according to her, to hinder the work of the forensic science in order that he can serve us the story that suits him. The magistrate pointed out the inconsistencies, rantings, and the calculations, in the account of the accused, who recounts having gone to his in-laws to obtain information on the theft of a hypothetical treasure of gold bars. Questioned at length about the course of the crimes during the 2 weeks of hearing, Mr. Caouissin always answered precisely the questions of the president, while affirming to have full of black holes, since that night when he had come to spy at the Troadec gate with a stethoscope.